from the Scandinavium. In Gothenburg, Sweden, the 1981 World Hockey Championships, featuring teams from the Soviet Union, Czechoslovakia, Sweden, Finland, the United States, and Team Canada. Brought to you by Labatt's. We're proud to bring the best to you. The bid for the World Cup of Hockey.
We've really been disappointed that we haven't been higher up in the standings than we are right now. We know we're a good hockey club, and we're going to come out flying against the Swedes.
In Team Canada's last outing, they lost to Czechoslovakia, but there were some picture play goals, one by McDonald, set up here by Steve Tambellini. It was 4-2 at this point, but Czechoslovakia displaying awesome power, especially on the power play. Aberman, number 25, connects on this power play opportunity, combining with Dvorak and Martinets, and it was 5-3 for Czechoslovakia, and they moved on to win 7-4. Team Canada has been the subject of a great deal of media coverage, some very colorful. This headline reads, "Good morning, Canada," or was it good night? Referring to their loss to Czechoslovakia. The Soviets, still undefeated, had their hands full with a hustling Swedish team. Kapustin from Zlutov, midway through, early in the game, gave the Soviets a 1-0 lead. Then Krutov sets up Petrov, and it was 2-0. The lone Swedish goal scored by Norberg, the Soviets winning the game over Sweden by a score of 4-1. In standings in the championship round, the Soviets 2-0. The Czechs a win and 1 tie. Sweden has a tie, and Canada 0-2 in the championship round. Today, CTV proudly presents another game from the World Hockey Championships, Canada and Sweden. The venue, the impressive and modern Scandinavian Arena. Welcome to Gothenburg, Sweden. I'm Bernie Pascal, along with our color commentator today, the general manager of Team Canada, John Ferguson. And John, I think there's a lot of confidence heading into this game against Sweden today.
Well, there certainly is. This is the one game Team Canada has to win, and I think we're mildly confident. We know how they're going to play. Sweden played extremely well against the Soviets and didn't take any chances, didn't send anybody into forecheck. What they did was peel off and pick up their wingers and waited for a break, and they carried the Russians for almost 40 minutes. But I think they'll play differently against us today, but we need this one badly here today.
And you have to stay out of the penalty box. Not that Team Canada has been getting a great number of penalties, but the power play of the European teams has been awesome, especially in that game against Czechoslovakia.
It certainly is, and we had a good talk with our penalty killers this morning, and once they get a chance to set up in their own zone on that power play, they just move that puck after a pick's been set, and that was our downfall the other day when the score got to 4-3. We had taken charge, but Eberman come up with that big power play goal.
Okay, John, we're looking forward to the game today between Canada and Sweden. And a reminder, at the end of the game, we'll have our replay gum stars of today's contest. Our coverage on CTV of the World Hockey Championships continues in a moment.
Dreams come along, this is where you belong. Let the feelings surround you. Take a while and share a smile. Smile along with you.
Remember when every ballpoint used to carry the threat of error, unerasable error, until Erasermate, the erasable ballpoint pen. Erasermate's unique ink formulation writes like a ballpoint, erases like a pencil. Left alone, it becomes permanent.
Erasermate, a stroke of genius for anyone who wants to write without fear of mistake. From Papermate.
Announcing the $400,000 Great Escapes game at Dominion. There are 2 ways to play, with a single picture or pictures you collect, and the prizes are incredible. A Cadillac Seville, 6 Chevy Chevettes, 2 Buick Rivieras, trips to Las Vegas or Disney World, Panasonic TVs and recorders. Over $200,000 worth of groceries and the grand prize of $25,000 in cash or free airfares. There's nothing to buy. Play Great Escapes, another definite difference at Dominion.
It's always a keen rivalry when Sweden plays Canada at the World Hockey Championship, and today no exception, I'm sure. The game is underway. This is Savage for Team Canada. Passes over to Barry Long, Dale McCourt, Darnell Brodnick, and Mike Foligno, the forward line for Team Canada as they get the puck into the Swedish zone. Fighting along the boards, and they hold it. Number 15 for Canada is John O'Grothick, and our first whistle of the game, the face-off in the Swedish zone to the left of their goalie, Peter Lindmark. In goal for Canada is Phil Beer. What a sight in this building today, Brent. Yes, you can feel it, John, the hometown Swedish fans hoping their team can play as well as they did in their last outing against the Soviets, in which they lost but played extremely well. Babbitt loses control, goes back. Here's a chance now for Gustafsson, right in. Phil Beer makes the save on that shot by Norberg. Now Canada, Foligno at his own line, fans as he tried to clear it out. Gustafsson, who plays for Washington, he was knocked off stride. Here's Foligno up over the line, coming in with Dale McCourt. O'Grothick trying to get Gustafsson, hooking him. McCourt goes after the puck, and it's brought back now by John O'Grothick. Up over the line, McCourt a shot, and that's stopped by Peter Lindmark. McCourt in front, Foligno reaches for it and just failed to get a shot. Now this is Matt Noslin in behind his own net, up on the right side, being watched by Dale McCourt. Noslin back into his own zone. He's bumped by Lanny McDonald, who's out there now for Canada. Number 4, Stig Essling, and it's called on the offside pass.
Rather an aggressive start by the Swedish team. They played aggressively against the Soviet Union the other night.
And they change now. They send out Patrick Sundstrom, Roland Eriksson, and Hawkinson, the forward line for Sweden. Guy Lafleur at center, ready for this face-off, along with Lanny McDonald and Lucien Deblois, number 23. Puck is cleared in by Aldebrink. Number 3 for Canada is Rob Ramage. He's being watched there by Hawkinson. Drops it over to Barnes. Barnes slaps it off the boards out to Team Canada captain Lanny McDonald. Now back into his own zone. That's Welteen. Had it momentarily, cleared it up to Patrick Sundstrom. He lost control of it in the Team Canada zone. Now it's left around the board, comes all the way back into the Swedish zone, and there's Aldebrink into the corner. Guy Lafleur tried to dump it in front. Almost got it out to Mike Gartner, but that just failed. Here's Lafleur. Oh, and he tried to get Deblois. He was going one way and the puck the other. Beer clears it right out. Loose puck at center. Gartner trying to chase it down there, but it's taken by number 26, Lindblom, out Sweden. Number 19 is Ryan Walter for Canada. Tried to get Dennis Marouk with that pass. Lars Molin. Number 23 for Sweden. A lead pass. Here's a chance for Stone. Right in. Oh, and he shot wide. Stone set up perfectly. At Beer at his mercy, but he shot wide. Marouk takes it into the corner. Dumps it off the board, gets it again. Here's Marouk, up to Gartner. Gartner going in for Canada, right in, a shot. And that's stopped by Peter Lindmark. As they go end to end here in the early going, no score. Sweden coming back, Molin. And that shot goes wide as it was deflected. Holt bumps along the board. Here comes Dennis Marouk of the Washington Capitals, straight up the middle. Coming in, took a shot. Lindmark takes the save. We're scoreless here in the opening period in Sweden.
This is a can of Tremclad, and this is Howard. Howard wouldn't go out in the elements without protection, and he feels the same about his metal objects. That's why Howard trusts Tremclad. Tremclad rust paint on his lawn furniture, heat-resistant enamel on hot surfaces, and Tremclad primers on his downspouts. Howard trusts all his metal to Tremclad, but sometimes he forgets to come in from the rain.
You can trust Tremclad on metal, Canada's #1 brand.
This card stands for multi-branch banking. What can it do for you?
Multi-branch banking at the Bank of Montreal. It lets you get to your personal bank account even when you can't get to your own branch.
I work downtown, but I have access to my account in the suburbs.
I can get to my money even when I'm out of town.
Multi-branch banking? I don't know how I ever did without it.
Get the multi-branch banking card that lets you get to your personal account at over 1,200 branches of Bank of Montreal.
Welcome back to Gothenburg, Sweden. This is Bernie Pascal along with John Ferguson. Team Canada and Sweden are scoreless. Now here's the Canadian player, Willie Huber. Coming out of his own zone, the big 6'5" defenseman, but he's stopped. Now Steve Tambellini up to Foligno. Foligno is shot, and that's kicked out by Peter Lindmark, and it's up over the boards and out of play.
Good save by Phil Muir in the last series of plays. Thomas Steen walked out of the corner, puck got behind him, but he was able to get down with his pads and stop it from going in.
Mike Foligno, Detroit Red Wings #1 draft pick in 1979. 2 seasons he's played in the National Hockey League and hasn't missed a game with the Detroit Red Wings. And he scored 64 goals in his first 2 NHL seasons. He's out there on right wing. Tambellini gets the draw. Here's Huber's shot, and that goes wide. Okradnik chases it down. The pass comes out. Number 18, Gustafsson, almost had a glorious opportunity there for Sweden, but couldn't control the pass. Now Tambellini goes in behind the Swedish net, trying to get the puck loose. Okradnik runs into his check. Puck is slapped over to Matt Knopfler. And back into the Canadian zone goes Rick Green, number 5. Cleared it out to center. Brought in by Okradnik to Foligno. A shot. Scores! Foligno!
Good shot by Mike Foligno, and a good, real smart pass by John Okradnik. Sweden with one defenseman back. Got right up the top shelf from Peter Lindmark. Here we pick it up on a replay, and a good pass by Okradnik. Foligno, who's out of the picture, gets it right up the top corner. But here we have another look at it.
Well, we made reference Foligno's 64 goals in the National Hockey League in 2 years, and that's an indication of his booming shot. Foligno scores from John Okradnik at 6:57, and Canada has taken the lead 1-0. Now Babbage of the Winnipeg Jets shoots it in, and that low drive just missed by a foot or so. Comes back. Here's Babbage at his own blue line. Clears it over to Barry Long. Long, also of Winnipeg, gets the return pass. He was going one way, though, and didn't expect the return pass coming along the board. Now Guy Lafleur is bumped at the line. Sweden trailing 1-0. It's cleared in. Hollander is stopped. Lucien Deblois to Guy Lafleur. Lafleur lost it to Eldebrink. Sweden bringing it back in. There's a shot, and Phil Muir makes another save and holds on.
Good shot by Roland Erickson, former player in North America. Played in Vancouver and Winnipeg and also in Minnesota.
27 years of age. Erickson this year, John, played hockey in Germany.
Second leading scorer in Germany and Dusseldorf.
Now Roland Stoltz comes out there with Moline and Thomas Steen. Steen drafted by Winnipeg as an underage player. Has the most points this season in Sweden for his team. 1-0 for Team Canada. Puck is brought in. Standing in front of the net, Moline waiting for a pass. And on that pass from behind the net. Stoltz slaps it along the board. Here's Steen going after it. He couldn't get to it. And Lanny Mixter, rather, for Team Canada, Gartner and Babbage ran into his check. Now Barry Long goes behind his own net. Along the board, trying to get it to Mike Gartner. And Gartner, number 11, up to Dennis Marouk. Marouk with Ryan Walter, a delayed offside, and it's called at the Swedish blue line. We'll have more from the World Hockey Championship in just a moment.
But, sir, this new AES word processor is going to save us time and money, even for a company our size. Because it's much more than a typewriter, we can double our productivity. Watch. It can change sentences, rearrange whole paragraphs, all in seconds. And it types perfect copies at 540 words a minute.
Welcome to the farm.
Thanks, Dad.
Congratulations, Mr. Frisley.
Which supermarket chain has the lowest shelf prices? Before you can answer that question, you need some facts. For example, you need to know who has the most generic products. Loblaws gives you twice as many generic products, and more generic products means more low prices. Which supermarket has the lowest shelf prices? Switch to Loblaws and see for yourself. And this week, as a bonus, with every $50 order, we'll give you a coupon entitling you to a free steak dinner at Ponderosa or free spaghetti and meatballs at Frank Fatier's.
Guy Lafleur for this face-off for Team Canada. Slaps it back to Rob Ramage. Ramage clears it into the Swedish zone. This is Stig Essling, number 4. Essling right in front of his own net. He gets it over to number 7. This is Tommy Samuelsson. He shoots it in. Barnes in quickly for Canada. Couldn't get possession, but he's helped out by John Ogrodnik. Ogrodnik has scored the only goal of the game. Barnes behind his own net passes to Rob Ramage. Ramage got it to Foligno. He was checked by Matt Naslund. Stig Essling at his own line, cleared it. Up to Samuelsson. He lost possession. Then Barnes backhands it to center ice. It's brought in by Naslund. Matt Naslund clearing it in front. Ramage goes after it for Canada. It's brought there by Gustafsson, and he dumps it right out in front where Foligno has it for Canada to Ogrodnik. He fires it into the Swedish zone. Dale McCourt ran into the Swedish player Naslund and knocked him down. Barnes tried to keep that pass in, gate it over, but just failed to get it in time. Now he takes a pass from Rob Ramage. Ogrodnik trying to set up Lanny McDonald. That's intercepted and shot in by Gustafsson, number 18 of Sweden. Lanny McDonald shoots it out to center ice. Midway point of the opening period with Canada leading 1-0. Here it's intercepted, brought in by Waldine, and it's called on the offside.
Well, one thing Team Canada has done in this game, they've used the whole ice surface more. They've been stationing their wings deeper on the boards and taking advantage of the big ice surface. But we've got to keep the center filled there. Almost gave a pass away, and Peter Waldine moved right in for a shot. Good thing it was offside.
Guy Lafleur now ready for the face-off. Assistant coach Andre Boudria looking on behind the bench with head coach Don Cherry. Now Huber slaps it to center. Beautiful complex here in Gothenburg, the Scandinavian Arena, the largest indoor sports arena in the Nordic countries, and it opened in 1971. Very impressive hockey arena. And a very impressive game up to this point as the puck is brought in by Hawkinson, trying to slap it in front, and McDonald got it for Canada to Guy Lafleur. Lafleur checked along the boards by number 11, Patrick Sundstrom. He was drafted by the Vancouver Canucks. He's number 11. Now McDonald back into his own zone for Team Canada. Trying to get it to Guy Lafleur. McDonald is knocked off stride there, and the puck is taken by Matt Waldine. He leaves it there for number 3, Peter Hallander, a shot. And Steen's drive is covered up by Phil Mears.
Phil Mears has been a real sharp in the early going here. Sweden's have the better of the opportunities up till now, but Phil Mears has been extremely sharp in goal.
Phil Mears, drafted by the Montreal Canadiens back in 1966. Played parts of 3 years with Montreal, then went on to Atlanta, St. Louis, Philadelphia, and the Colorado Rockies. And he gets the starting nod in this game. The backup goalie is John Garrett of Hartford. Number 26 for Sweden going after the puck is Lindblom. Swedish player dropping back into his own zone. Hallander out there. Now it's cleared around the board. Lars Wallin trying to get it up to Steen. The pass comes over on this side. Roland Stolt. Checked by Babbage. Puck comes to Moline. And Marouk
ran into the Swedish player Hallander, and the puck is deflected up over the boards and out of play.
Good back checkup by Dennis Baruch there to get that shot away from Hallander before he got a chance to shoot at the net.
Last time the World Championships were held in Sweden was in 1970. This tournament has been very well supported, despite the fact that many of the games have been over the Easter break here in Sweden, with many of the people vacationing this time of the year. But there's a sizable crowd for this game, Sweden and Team Canada. Sweden has won 3 World Hockey titles over the years in 53, 57, and 1962. They trail this game 1-0. Gartner gets a good opportunity there, but the puck just rolled off his stick. Gartner trying to get it loose in the corner, and the Swedish player holds it against the board. We'll have more from Sweden in a moment.
The competitive instinct is very much alive in this country, and very much alive at Labatt's. We brew a lighter-tasting beer that has to compete with all the great beers of Canada before you'll call it yours. Labatt's Special Light. Here's to competition. It is special.
Ready now, Tambellini will take this face-off for Team Canada. Drops it back to Huber. Huber to Okradnik. He's hit it at the side of the net, trying to poke it in front. Now it comes back to the line, and the shot is blocked by goalie Peter Lindmark. Gustafsson is knocked off stride. Stig Essling and Tommy Samuelsson are on defense for Sweden. Puck is cleared to Gustafsson. He can move. Here he is at center. Shoots the puck into the Team Canada zone, near away out of the net. In behind the net, lots of room here on the large ice surfaces in Europe. Here's a chance now for Essling, and he's a backhand shot and stopped by Phil Muir. Into the corner, Norberg dropped it back to the line. Samuelsson a shot, and Huber got a piece of that. Another drive, and that just whistles wide. As Sweden putting on the pressure, Samuelsson's shot. Now it's in behind the net. Slapped in front, loose puck, and Muir smothers back.
Well, there's a play that started by a goaltender gets mixed up with his 2 defensemen. Willie de Huber didn't know whether to go back and get that puck or what. He got mixed up with his partner, Rick Green, and fortunately for Canada, there was no goal scored.
Lots of room in behind that net, too. Here's the action, and Muir holds on to that bouncing puck. Canada on a goal by Molino leads 1-0. Now we're ready for the face-off. Off the board, number 6, Elderbrink keeps it in. Going after it is Roland Eriksson, number 12. Eriksson. In behind the shot. Oh, Muir makes an outstanding save as the Swedish player, number 17, Hawkinson, standing all alone.
Another good save by Phil Muir. Anders Hawkinson probably has been the best forward for Sweden. There he is again.
Phil Muir looking very sharp in goal for Canada. Now the puck comes back. Elderbrink, and that's blocked. Lanny McDonald clears it out to center. Neblois goes after the puck. It's brought in by the Swedish player, Anders Hawkinson. Cleared outside the line. Babbage waiting for his teammates to get onside. Over to Long. His shot hit the Swedish player and bounced into the corner. Now a chance for Canada. Babbage goes after the puck, but it just bounced over his stick. Right up. Here's a chance and a drive. And here just got a piece as Sundstrom let that fly. Sundstrom into the corner. Neblois checked him, and the puck cleared down the ice with Anders Elderbrink back after it. Elderbrink drops it there for Lars Bolin. Bolin forced back by Guy Lafleur. Coming right in front of his own net. Here's Bolin. Both teams at full strength here in the first period. Bolin up over the line. Still has the puck. Cleared it in. And no one there to pick up the pass, but skating after it, Roland Stoltz. He drops it into the corner. Thomas Steen heading up, trying to get a shot with Stoltz. And that missed the target. Peter Hallander. He's bumped off the play, and the puck is cleared all the way down the ice with Swedish goalie Lindmark. Leaving it there for Lars Bolin. That pass failed. Ryan Walter goes after it for Canada. Now Dennis Baruch. Up to Mike Gartner. Rolled off his stick, and Sweden comes right back. Roland Stoltz. Stoltz cleared it right to Moline. He had trouble with it. Now Gartner for Canada, delayed offside. It's cleared up over the line and brought back by Thomas Steen. Now Sweden into their own zone, number 7, Tommy Samuelsson. And that puck cleared right back to the Canadian line. Foligno has scored the goal for Canada. They lead 1-0. Gartner going after that puck, but Lindmark came out of the net to steer it away. Number 7 for Sweden, Samuelsson is knocked outside. Gartner trying to get the puck. The Swedish fans feeling there should have been a penalty there. Now brought back by Noslin. Noslin left it there. Oh, and they couldn't get a shot as Gartner has it for Canada. Gartner up over the line, trying to get it to Dennis Baruch, and that puck is intercepted. Brought back now by Gustafsson, up over the line. Green takes the Swedish player heavily into the board. Dropped back to the line. Hustling a shot, and that hit a skate in front and goes wide. Gustafsson, a penalty coming up. The penalty coming up to Willie Huber. Huber heading to the penalty box for Canada. We'll have more in a moment.
Preacher, you got a problem. Well, get off your knees and get on with it, Pilgrim. Wedding starts at 1.
Patience, preacher. We'll get you to the church on time.
Take a miracle.
Why, this is a real professional piece of work.
Uh-huh.
And Midas guarantees it for as long as I own the car.
And I still have time to spare, downright miraculous.
Now, why so surprised, preacher? Don't you always take your troubles to the top?
Sweden on the power play with Huber in the penalty box for roughing. Sundstrom, Eriksson, and Hawkinson, the forward line for Sweden. Puck is held in the corner by Team Canada defenseman Barry Long, held there with Roland Eriksson. And there's Anders Hawkinson, number 17, plays with the AIK club in Sweden this year.
Well, the penalty to Willie Huber is one that they call often over here. He pushed Matt Naslin in with his glove in the face, and they call it a roughing penalty. It actually could have been a few other penalties called, but it's a situation. There was a game the other day between Germany and Holland. You wonder where they come up with some of the calls sometimes.
That's right. The referee is Vladimir Schubert of Czechoslovakia. Canada, man short here. Opportunity, moving in front, a shot hit the post. That drive rattled off the post. And Tambellini has it for Canada. Here's Tambellini at the line. A shot. Lindmark stops that. Puck rolls out to center. The Canadian player, Pat Boutet, out there to kill off this penalty with Tambellini. Backhands it down the ice. And Stig Asling, number 4 for Sweden. Asling skated by the puck. Sweden now on the power play. It's brought up. Lars Moline got it over the line. Beer away out of the net. Couldn't catch up to the puck. Very long. Can't get it out. It's kept in by Sweden. Moving in front of the net now is Gustafsson. As comes back to the line. Here it is over. Lindblom trying to get a shot, and it's knocked off his stick. Back to Gustafsson in front, trying to get it. Now there's a drive, and that just goes wide. Lindblom chases it down for Sweden. Lindblom takes a shot, drops it back to the line. Here's a chance, and it sails right through the crease. Lindblom again, 40 seconds left in the Canadian penalty. Tried to get it in front, and it bounced off the Canadian player Tambellini's stick. Final 30 seconds of the penalty to Willie Huber. Canada leading 1-0 on a goal by Foligno. Here's a race for it. Eldebrink going after it for Sweden. Tambellini checks Sundstrom, and it's cleared off the boards up into the Canadian bench and out of play.
Important face-off going up here with 19 seconds left in the penalty.
Eriksson coming out for Sweden. There's the action. Off the post and post ball.
The goal posts are a very important part of the equipment, Bernie.
Ask any goalie, certainly. Eriksson, Hawkinson, and Patrick Sundstrom. A forward line for Sweden. On defense, Eldebrink and Waltin. This power play situation for Sweden. The puck comes back to Alderbrink. Got it over. Here's Matt Waltine trying to set up. He's knocked off stride, and it's cleared out by the Canadian player, Norm Barnes. Final 5 seconds of the penalty. Sweden up over the line. Here's Eriksson right in. A shot. And very long blocked that and deflected it up over the glass. And Huber returns. Both teams are back at full strength. And we'll be back in a moment.
CC Honda, oh, see what we have done now. Built you super-looking cycles. Now, Honda's your machine.
See Honda's 1981 Customs. Then climb aboard and feel the power as the road unfolds and the wind whispers freedom in your ear.
Oh, see, CC Honda.
Welcome back to Sweden and the World Hockey Championship. Canada leading 1-0. This is Bernie Pascal along with John Ferguson at the Scandinavium Arena in Gothenburg, Sweden. This is Anders Håkansson back for Sweden, coming in with Eriksson, number 12, and he goes after it. Green gets quickly to it for Canada. Got it to Walter. He couldn't control the pass, though. Now Green will try again. Chased by Eriksson. Up to Walter. Dennis Baruch. Cleared it ahead. Gartner couldn't reach the pass as it was deflected off the stick of Patrick Sundstrom of Sweden. Now Huber for Canada. Cleared it over to Green. Green got it ahead, and it's again deflected up over the board. Reminder, this program is copyright and is strictly for the private use of our audience. Any reproduction in whole or in part without the express written consent of Carcom Consultants Limited and the CTV television network is strictly prohibited. The final 2 minutes of the opening period. Foligno has scored the goal for Canada. Now it comes back to the line, a long shot. That's gloved by goaltender Lindmark, and he drops it at the side of the net for Peter Hallander. Both teams at full strength. Sweden on the attack. The pass comes to Thomas Steen. Steen up over the line with Moline and Stoltz. Here's Steen trying to get a shot. Left it for Stoltz. Essling lets it go. And that's blocked. And held onto by Phil Mears.
Swedish team are getting that puck up to their forwards real quick. Looks like the 3 forwards are up near the red line. And with this big ice surface, they'll move it up quick, and the defensemen seem to be doing all the work with their long lead passes. But it's been quite effective because they've had the territorial edge in this first period.
A pair of number 14s getting set for the face-off. Tambellini of Team Canada. And number 14 for Sweden, 27-year-old Roland Stoltz. Stoltz, Moline, and Steen, the forward line. For Sweden, Lanny McDonald out there for Canada. Getting set now for the puck to be dropped. Goes after the puck and drops it back to Rob Ramage. Pat Boutet, the other winger out there for Canada. Now the puck is cleared back into the Swedish zone. Lindblom, number 26. Right in front of his own net. Passed up the middle. Here's a break now. Number 14, Stoltz coming in. A shot. And Long went down to his knees to block that. Now Ramage back for Canada. Up with Pat Boutet and Lanny McDonald. He was checked. Tambellini tried to get the puck, but Steen has it for Sweden. Up to Stoltz. He left it for Lars Moline. Back to number 4. Essling trying to get a shot. Pat Boutet checked him. Now very Long for Canada. Long knocked against the boards by Roland Stoltz. And they hold it again and get another whistle.
Very Long earlier in the period made a great defensive move when he blocked that shot. That's one thing you don't see very often here in Europe. Defense going down to block shots like that.
He's done an exceptional job out there defensively for Team Canada. One has to be proud of this team. Put together the final weekend of the National Hockey League season, rushed to Europe to play an exhibition game and then get involved in the World Hockey Championship. They've been great diplomats for our country. It's amazing to see the youngsters walk around, our Team Canada players, and the players spend hours signing autographs before and after the game. Now the puck, Noslin in behind the Canadian net, trying to clear it in front. Spins around, Huber goes after him. The puck rolls there, and Norberg and Huber tie it up along the board.
It's amazing how much the people here in Sweden know about the National Hockey League. Every day there's news about the Swedish players that are playing in North America first thing in the morning.
That's true, and there's a lot of interest, John, in the Stanley Cup playoffs. And we heard Wayne Gretzky had 3 goals for Edmonton, and boy, you hear that all over the town. Everyone is talking hockey.
Everybody expected him to be here.
Would have been a great asset. Now the puck is cleared out. Laddie McDonald going after the puck. And it's brought back in by the Swedish player, Matt Johnson. He's knocked offside. There'll be a penalty, tripping. And Canada again heading to the penalty box. Pat Boutet.
That penalty came out at the blue line. Matt Johnson, by the way, is the Montreal draft choice, and he's been outstanding. He's had an outstanding year in Sweden.
There's the trip. Pat Boutet hauling down Matt Noslin, the Swedish League All-Star in 79-80. Pat Boutet, 2 years with Oklahoma City in the Central League. Played 4.5 years with Toronto and 1.5 seasons with Hartford. He has 100 NHL goals, noted specifically for his defensive play, though, in the National League. The final 13 seconds of period number 1. Puck is cleared over by Lars Molin. Cleared, bounces off the boards. That almost fooled Phil Beer. Going back for it, number 23, Lars Molin. For Sweden as the horn goes to end period number 1. And Canada on a goal by Foligno lead 1-0. Our CTV coverage will continue from Sweden in a moment.
Man invented the wheel for transportation, but soon he craved a wheel for recreation, too. That's how Uniroyal Laredos became man's biggest, baddest, wildest line of recreation vehicle tires. On or off the road in mud or sand, Uniroyal Laredos dig and grip and look unspeakably marvelous on vans and pickups and all-out 4x4s. See the Uniroyal Laredos, an unspeakably tough line of tires.
Here's an amazing demonstration from natural science. When the human foot stands in sand, it imprints a series of natural balance points. These imprints allow the body to stand in perfect equilibrium, neither thrown forward nor sunk back. Now, these imprints are the basis for an entirely new kind of footwear. Imprints. So comfortable, so relaxing, they're like going barefoot. And they're brought to you, of course, by man's best friend, Hush Puppies.
For a while now, Pepsi has been challenging Coke. I thought you'd like to know what is happening. Coke is winning. In fact, since the May 1980 Pepsi poll, Coke has doubled its sales gap nationally over Pepsi in food stores. So, taste the number 1. Refreshing. Numero uno. Ice cold delicious. Coca-Cola. It's the real thing. Coke. Yes.
When it comes to repairing your car or truck, some places can be full of surprises. Like the surprise bill that gives you fits, or the surprise part that doesn't fit. So what's the solution? Visit your GM dealer wherever you see the sign of the 3 Gs. Guaranteed service, guaranteed GM parts, guaranteed price. At the sign of the 3 Gs, you can relax, thanks to your GM dealer.
Welcome back to Gothenburg, Sweden. Sweden's second largest city. And there you see the penalty to Pat Boutet, number 28 of Canada. He has 1 minute, 47 seconds left in his penalty as we start the second period. The only goal of the game, Foligno from Okratnik at 6:57. Now coming back for Sweden is Noslin over the line, and he is checked. And the puck clear down the ice. The race for it, Dennis Marut. He's going back, almost got it away from goalie Peter Lindmark. the attack once again. Up over the line. Into the Team Canada zone. The puck is taken behind the net. Slapped off the boards and deflected right in front. Knocked down by Lindblom. Lindblom clearing it in front. Now he gets it back at his own blue line. Lindblom, number 26. Now up over the line goes Gustafsson, trying to get a shot. Passes in front, Moline. And that was dangerously close in the Team Canada zone. Lindblom slaps it off the board, gives it to Naslund. Into the corner. Gustafsson looking for a pass. It comes back to the line. Lindblom shot, hits the side of the net. Slapped over to Essling. Into the corner. Sweden, remember, on the power play, they trail 1-0. Puck is cleared up to Lars Moline. Back to Lindblom. Returns it to Moline. Moving in front. Back to Lindblom. A shot. And that goes wide. Loose puck in front. Another shot hit a skate in front. And Team Canada shoots it down the ice with 23 seconds left in the power play. That pass intended for number 23, Moline, just failed to reach him, and it's called for icing against Sweden. Reminder, at the conclusion of today's telecast, we'll select the replay gum 2 stars of the game.
Good defensive work by Barry Long in the last defensive plays by the Swedish team, who had control of the puck. 15 seconds left to go in the power play.
There's Pat Boutet looking on from the penalty box. Exciting news announced in Sweden, the fact that Canada Cup 1981 will be held starting August 28th through till the 13th of September. Featuring 6 of the top teams, of course, the Soviet, Sweden, Czechoslovakia, Canada, Finland will be involved. Here it's 1-0 for Team Canada. Boutet back on the ice, and both teams at full strength. There's Guy Lafleur. Joined the team along with Larry Robinson. Robinson not playing today, Fergie.
Larry Robinson is not playing today because he received an ear infection, and he's on antibiotics, and he'll be ready for Wednesday.
Ready now, the face-off in the Swedish zone. Lanny McDonald, Guy Lafleur, and Lucien Deblois, number 23, the forward line for Team Canada. But Sweden breaks out quickly. Brought up over the line, a shot that sailed over the top of the Canadian netminder Phil Muir. Lundstrom goes into the corner after the puck. Coming in front to Eriksson. Eriksson was turned around, couldn't get a shot. Now carrying after the puck is Hawkinson. Knocked against the board. Eriksson for Sweden into the corner, dumps it in front. Here's a chance now, and a drive deflected, and Phil Muir stopped that as McDonald finds an opening and shoots it down the ice. And going back for it is that ball team, and it's icing against Canada. More from Sweden in a moment.
At Speedy, you're a somebody. We fix your muffler expertly. Guaranteed to take you far as long as you will own your car. At Speedy, you're a somebody. Our estimates we guarantee. We will show you what is wrong. So join us, all you somebodies, and sing the Speedy Muffler song. Mufflers, tailpipes, we do shock absorbers too. Low, low prices. We go all the way for you. Speedy Muffler. At Speedy, you're a somebody. At Speedy, you're a somebody. At Speedy, you're a somebody. At somebody. At Speedy.
Ready now for the draw. Brodnik, McCourt, and Foligno, the forward line for Team Canada. Stoltz, Moline, and Steen out there for Sweden, with Canada leading 1-0. The puck comes back, a drive by Peter Helander. Now Brodnik backhands it down the ice, a race for it in the Swedish zone. Helander back after it, and it's icing against Team Canada. Beautiful spring-like day in Sweden today.
Quite an afternoon. There was 20,000 over for the start of their soccer season today at this beautiful park across the street.
Just a magnificent complex, John. The stadium that adjoins this area and this Scandinavium rink is a marvelous structure as well. There's Phil Muir in goal for Team Canada. He's played well in this game today, with Canada leading 1-0 on a goal by Foligno from Ogrodnik at 6:57 of the opening period. We're in period number 2 now as the puck goes to Rick Green. Green, number 5, behind his own net. Former junior with London. The puck cleared in front, a shot. And that was dangerously close as Leonard Norberg had his shot deflected. Now Green will try again for Canada. Clears it around the boards, can't get it out. Helps out a little, and the puck is cleared outside the blue line, but Sweden quickly gets repossession of it, and that shot taken by Matt Notlin is stopped by Phil Meir. Now going behind the net. Huber with Lukowicz. The puck clears right through the crease with Meir out of position. Now Sweden retaining possession in the corner. And there's a penalty coming up as Green ran into the Swedish player, Matt Notlin. And I believe it's Lukowicz getting the penalty for holding. And yes, Lukowicz heads over to the box. Our coverage on CTV in a moment.
Gulf gives you value. Value, like Gulf's hydro-treated premium multi-grade motor oil. Value that rigorous testing shows can give your engine year-round on-the-road protection for a regular price. Value that gives you the added security of going up to 15,000 miles between oil changes if you want to. For extra protection, Gulf's tough hydro-treated premium multigrade, the engine protector. Gulf gives you value.
Boris Lukowicz in the penalty box for Canada for holding. The third penalty of the game to Team Canada. Now Long clears it off the boards and gets it outside the blue line. Pat Boutet backhands it right to Eriksson. Eriksson of Sweden on the power play with Patrick Sundstrom and Anders Håkansson. Up over the line, drops it back. Trying to get a shot is Waltin. Moving it in front, Eriksson's shot, and that was wide of the net. After it, Håkansson. Håkansson with Waltin calling for it. Waltin setting up, gets a drive. Here, stops it. They stop, they score! Patrick Sundstrom laying on his spot on the ice, got his stick on the puck and got it across the goal line. They have a very controlled power play, and you can't take penalties in Europe, especially bad ones. Number 11 is Patrick Sundstrom. Watch this play here. And it's tied up, and Sundstrom scores for Sweden on the power play. That's the third power play Sweden's had. Canada hasn't had a chance yet on the power play. Watch Barnes do it. It'll just go off his skate, but I'm sure it was across the line at that point. As Sundstrom balled at the side of the net. Sends it in past Phil Meir. 1-1. How Long for Canada. Trying to get that pass. That failed to click though. Loose at center, McDonald. Deblois now, number 23. Trying to get the pass over to Lanny McDonald. Intercepted. Moline brings it back. Now Guy Lafleur is knocked off stride. McDonald for Canada. Into the corner. Peter Hollander checks him and the puck rolls in front. Now Canada on the attack once again. Deblois, number 23. Into the Swedish zone. Deblois trying to get it to Guy Lafleur. Shooting after it is Lars Moline, number 23 for Sweden. Pass comes out. Roland Stoltz couldn't control it. Long slaps it right back to the center ice area. 1-1. Ramage, number 3 for Canada in his own zone. Around the boards to Barry Long. Big 6'2" defenseman. Returned it to Ramage, who had a little trouble with it as it bounced off his skate. Oslin shoots it back in. Here's a race for the puck. Gustafsson, a backhand shot. And that goes wide as Gustafsson is knocked down by Barry Long, and the puck cleared up over the boards and out of play once again.
Ben Gustafsson has had just a good period and a half here so far for Sweden. A young fellow plays for Washington Capitals. Very effective on the big ice surface.
There's Matt Notlin, number 15, Swedish League All-Star this year. Just 22 years of age, drafted by the Montreal Canadiens. That last goal has certainly brought the crowd to life here at the Scandinavium Arena in Gothenburg, Sweden. Dennis Baruch, Ryan Walter, and Gartner, the forward line, all members of the Washington Capitals. Huber on defense, holds it against the boards. He's out there defensively with Rick Green, number 5. Portion of the near capacity crowd watching this game, and we hope wherever you're watching across Canada on the CTV network, you're enjoying the telecast and the performance of both teams, Sweden and Canada. Many of the players asked us to say hello to their family and friends back in Canada. Lanny McDonald especially wanted to say hello to his two daughters in Medicine Hat. Here's Gartner in front. Ryan Walter shot. Lindmark makes the save. Another drive. And that just failed to find the target. As Lindmark made the initial save and then lost sight of it. Here's Marouf. There will be a penalty coming up to Sweden. As Marouf is dumped in the Swedish zone. The World Hockey Championships on CTV.
Across the land, there's a blanket of snow. Set your sights, get ready to go. Where the good times soar and good friends are bound. Catch a breeze, make a sail as you glide. Blue smiles along with you.
What's the secret to your snack cake?
It's so easy.
It's so easy to make great taste when it's Betty Crocker snack and cake.
Yes, Mom and I know. 2 minutes, pack the oven, add water, mix, bake, and serve in the same pan, and it's ready for sharing.
Tastes great. It's so easy to make great taste when it's Betty Crocker snack and cake.
Mom, it's so easy.
Welcome back to Sweden. This is Bernie Pascal, along with John Ferguson and our entire CTV sports crew, with Canada now on the power play. Puck cleared to Thomas Steen. He brings it back for Sweden. Steen up over the Canadian line to Eriksson, and he whistled one off the skate of Guy Lafleur, and it went wide. Dale McCord in the corner trying to get it with Lafleur. Here comes away out of the net, slaps it off the board, and it rolls into the Swedish zone. That's Faltin, number 9, to Roland Eriksson. Former NHLer. Eriksson, number 12, cleared it off the boards, and then it goes up over the boards and out of play.
Interesting point here. Canada has two forwards playing the defensive points here on the power play. Dale McCourt and Guy Lafleur. Marouf, Gardner, and Ryan Walter up front.
And they get the face-off again in the Swedish zone. 1:30 left in the penalty to Matt Naisland as he watches on.
Good face-off matchup, Marouf and Roland Eriksson.
Referee for the game is Schubert of Czechoslovakia. Here's McCord over to Guy Lafleur. Lafleur getting set for Canada. Knocks against the board, got the pass to Dennis Marouf, in front to Ryan Walter. Back to Marouf, he passes to Gartner. Gartner getting set now, back to Dennis Marouf. Marouf returns it to Gartner. Bumped by Matt Faltin. Here's Guy Lafleur getting set, passes, and that just failed to get Dale McCourt. Now McCourt chases it down, drops it back to Lafleur to Gartner. His shot kicked out by Lindmark. Now McCourt again into the corner to Ryan Walter. Walter is bumped and Eriksson shoots it off the board and gets it back into the Canadian zone. 45 seconds left in the penalty to Sweden's Nassel. Here's Marouf up over the line. Marouf getting set, a shot. Lindmark stops it and the puck goes through. Now Sweden fights back. Number 20 is Steen. A 2-on-1 break. Steen coming in, passes in front. And that's stopped by Phil Beer. Canada with Dennis Marouf getting possession. Marouf straight up the middle. Coming over the line with Gartner. Knocked off stride. Still has the puck. And Faltin clears it out to center ice. 15 seconds left in the Canadian power play. This is Lukowicz, number 12. Lukowicz passes up ahead to Lanny McDonald. McDonald moving down right wing, getting set a shot. And that's stopped by Lindmark. Cleared around the board. Sweden back at full strength. Lukowicz into the corner to Marouf, right in front of the net. And Lafleur just failed to tap that home. Lukowicz for Canada. Marouf goes off on a line change. Tambellini. And it's called to the offside, but there's going to be a penalty. It could be for too many men on the ice.
Well, there's a call that the fans have just made. The voice was Swedish fans, and Marouf was going to the bench and pucked him over and hit his skate. Tambellini had come onto the ice. Called a penalty for too many men on the ice.
And the referee, Schubert, was standing right in front. There's that scoring opportunity for Sweden Seldenbrink. And robbed by by Phil Mears. So Canada penalized, too many men on the ice. Waiting Don Cherry to send someone over to the penalty box now. Appears to be Mike Foligno. Foligno will serve the bench minor. He has scored the only goal of the game for Canada. That's coming in the first period. Foligno from Ogrodnik at 6:57. Sweden tying it up here in the second period. Puck is cleared back. Essling now with Sweden on the power play. They take it into the Canadian zone, a race for it. Norberg goes after it. He's hammered against the boards in the Team Canada zone. Noslin tries to get to it, then Barnes clears it around. Noslin traps it along the board. Canadian player Pat Boutet. He's knocked off stride. The pass is over to Lennart Norberg, but he took it outside the line, waiting now for his teammates to get back onside. Here's Long, and he just lifts the puck down the ice into the Swedish zone with Big Essling, number 4, deep into his own zone. Now he decides to come out for Sweden, straight up the middle. Essling gives the pass to Bengt Gustafsson. Up over the line, the pass to Samuelsson. He cleared it into the corner. Now it's shot down the ice with exactly 1 minute remaining in the Team Canada penalty. Sweden coming out of their own zone. Sundstrom calling for a pass. Essling gets it on the left wing side. Norberg is squeezed out of the play by Barry Long. He dumps it there for Lanny McDonald. He can't get it out. Essling shoots it into the corner. Now Barnes bumping there with Patrick Sundstrom. Cleared off the board. Sweden setting up here on the power play with the score tied 1-1. Essling takes the pass, returns it. Gustafsson in front of the net. Here's a shot, and Phil Mears stops that. Now McCourt tries to get it out. He's checked. 20 seconds left in the Team Canada penalty. Now the puck is dropped back to Samuelsson. Samuelsson watched by McCourt. Passes it over. Trapped there by Gustafsson. Rolls right to Phil Mears, and he covers up and holds on. And a bit of a mix-up between Barnes of Canada and Matt Noslin, number 15. Also in there, Gustafsson, number 18.
Well, they're heading right to the front of the net on the power play, and Orrin Barnes had to clear that man out of there. Good save again by Phil Mears. Very strong the first period and a half.
There's Foligno, ready to get back into the action. 10 seconds remaining in the Team Canada penalty. CTV proud to be bringing you the World Hockey Championships from Sweden, one of 15 countries televising the games from Gothenburg, and 20 radio feeds throughout Europe as well. Everyone very excited about the news that Canada Cup 81 will be held in August and early September. With the venue still to be decided, but Alan Eagleson mentioning that games would be played Edmonton, Winnipeg, and in the province of Quebec. Now the puck shot down the ice. Foligno has 1 second left in his penalty, and now he's back on the ice. So Canada successfully kills off that man disadvantage. Sweden with Eriksson up over the line. Eriksson coming in with Sundstrom. Passes it in front, and it's knocked down with Foligno racing back for Canada. Here's Foligno up with Pat Boutet, tried to get it to Tambellini, and he was knocked off stride, and Sundstrom has it for Sweden to Eriksson. Eriksson in front, a shot, and that just sailed wide of the open side of the net. Dangerous play there by Roland Eriksson. Tambellini backhands it into his own zone. Huber up to Pat Boutet, coming up with Foligno, shoots it into the corner. Mike Foligno after it there. Had trouble with it. Dennis Baruch moves towards the net, a bouncing shot, and that's stopped by Peter Lindmark. Foligno for Canada shoots it, deflected off the stick, over the boards and out of play. World Hockey Championships on CTV.
But, sir, this new AES word processor is going to save us time and money, even for a company our size. Because it's much more than a typewriter, we can double our productivity. Watch. It can change sentences, rearrange whole paragraphs, all in seconds. And it types perfect copies at 540 words a minute.
Welcome to the farm.
Thanks, Dad.
Congratulations, Mr. Frisley.
Along with John Ferguson, this is Bernie Pascal and our entire CTV sports crew at Gothenburg, Sweden. A 1-1 tie here in the second period, Canada and Sweden. Knocked off the puck there was Moline as the Canadian player Gartner goes after the loose puck. Peter Hallander gets to it first. Now rolls it along the right side to Roland Stoltz. Stoltz getting set for Sweden. Backhanded. Steen trying to get it. He was stopped by David Babbitt. Now it goes over to Peter Hallander. He keeps it in behind the net. Steen trying to get it to Stoltz in front. And Marouk swings out of his own zone for Canada. Here's Marouk moving right in front. Can't get a shot. And the puck rolls to Lindmark, and he clears it to the corner. Ryan Walter bumps. And Marouk held against the boards there by Peter Hallander. And they hold it and get a whistle and a face-off in the Swedish zone.
European style is always the same. They do a lot of holding and clutching on, and always a North American player gets a little frustrated and tries to push them away. I don't think they're trying to be overly aggressive. That's how they play in Europe, and it's hard to overcome that without retaliation, and they're not used to that in North America at all.
Two teams are at full strength. Molino has scored the goal for Canada in this 1-1 tie. Now after it for Sweden goes Roland Stoltz. He's checked. Now they bring it back up into the Canadian zone. Naslin into the corner. He's bumped in behind the net. The pass goes to Norberg. Norberg is checked. Asling went after the puck, but Dale McCourt has it for Canada to Rick Green. Green to John Ogrodnik. Ogrodnik, a long shot. Juggling it, but making the save is goalie Peter Lindmark. Now Sweden gets it again. Coming out to center, Matt Naslin. Naslin over the line with Gustafsson. Naslin still having possession of the puck. Drops it into the corner. And Green gets there for Canada to knock it away. LaFleur sends it to the other side to Rob Ramage. Ramage, he stumps as he collides with Gustafsson, and Green goes after the puck again for Canada. Green up to John Ogrodnik. Ogrodnik let it go. McCourt couldn't handle it, but here's Ogrodnik for Canada. Up to the line, stops there, and he couldn't get a shot. Cleared to an open wing. Number 18 is Gustafsson. He shoots it in. Helped out by Patrick Sundstrom, who has scored the goal for Sweden. A draft of the Vancouver Canucks, 20 years of age. Now Guy Lafleur up to John Ogrodnik. Ogrodnik a shot, a close save by Lindmark.
Great glove save by Peter Lindmark and a good shot by John Ogrodnik.
Our coverage continues on CTV.
When you find yourself with muffler trouble, what you don't want to find is more trouble. So visit a friend, someone you know, not some stranger.
Hi, Albert. Sounds like you have a problem.
Superior Muffler offers a full lifetime guarantee on the muffler and all parts and labor for as long as you own your car. Foreign cars do, and you probably don't need an introduction.
Your Superior Muffler Pro.
Muffler expert, you already know.
Now the puck is dropped back to Long, a drive, and Lindmark makes the save. McDonald lets it go, and that's kicked out by Lindmark. McDonald to Tambolini. Tambolini knocked off stride. Baltine clears it ahead. Now coming out, Sundstrom and Hawkinson up over the line. And Sundstrom is dumped there by Tambolini. There'll be a penalty. Tambolini for interference. Referee Schubert of Czechoslovakia sends Tambolini off for interference.
Well, there's a call. You have to wonder about again. He holds on to his stick as he goes down, and he calls it for interference. The amazing thing when a referee calls a penalty here is the crowd can call it. The referee is so far behind the play, and if he sees the action after the incident, then he reacts to the call. He'll call that penalty. Certainly not making excuses for Team Canada, but that particular play was away, almost 2 lines away from where the referee made the call from.
Oh, we've seen that so many times here, John. The fact that, as you mentioned, the referee will be still in the opponent's end of the ice and will call something down in the opposition end, but it is called a great deal of the time by the spectators, as you say. So we get a look at the Swedish power play once again. Steen is out there with Bolin and Stoltz.
Canada man short, a 1-1 tie here in period number 2.
Huber for Canada shoots it right on, and that's stopped by Lindmark. Backboard for Sweden goes number 26, Lindblom, out there with Peter Hallander. It's deflected off a stick, chased back, and cleared in by Rick Green. 1:35 left in the Team Canada penalty. Lindblom behind his own net. Up on that right wing side to Roland Stoltz. Stoltz comes up over the Team Canada line. Stoltz drops it back. Hallander gives it there to Lindblom. A rolling puck in front. Beer falls on it.
Big play by Willie Hubert, cover in front of that net there, and Rick Green was particularly sharp. Make them shoot that puck from the blue line. Here's a shot again now from the blue line. We make them shoot from out there in the power play. Villemure should be able to pick them up.
And he does, and the face-off is to the left of Villemure. Remaining out there for Canada, Rick Green on defense with Huber. McCourt and Lanny McDonald killing off the penalty for Canada. Huber slaps it off the board and sends it into the Swedish zone. Backboard number 4 is Stig Essling. He played with 3 Olympic teams in Sweden, 72, 76, and last year at Lake Placid. Now it's brought in by Lindblom. Lindblom helped out by Lennart Norberg. Cleared in behind the net. Norberg getting set, drops it back to Essling. Essling's shot hit a skate and goes wide. Sweden on the power play. Essling getting set. Essling number 4. Norberg calls for a pass, gets it on right wing. Norberg, number 16, drops it behind the net. Number 15 for Sweden, Matt Noslund. He has it now. Noslund sends it back to Norberg. Norberg back, and it's cleared in front. Essling keeps it in for Sweden. 25 seconds left in the power play. Sweden retaining possession, but not getting a dangerous shot. Essling passed it right to Dale McCord, who shoots it down the ice.
Sweden has a 1-3-1 power play. 1 at the point, 3 across the middle of the front of the net, and 1 man behind the net.
Now they bring it back into the Canadian zone. Samuelson is turned around, and Canada's Dennis Marouk shoots it down the ice, and the penalty has expired. So Canada kills off that penalty to Tambellini. Now it's brought out by the Swedish player Sundstrom up over the line. Takes it into the corner, rolls it in front. That's stopped by Villemure. Ryan Walter for Canada. Walter with Marouk, who takes the pass, backhands it down the ice into the Swedish zone. It's cleared, bounced off Ryan Walter. Marouk tried to get it. Sundstrom has it for Sweden. Sundstrom in front to Roland Eriksson. Eriksson a shot. Villemure stops that and the rebound. Eriksson goes after it, left it there for number 6, Elderbrink. He's knocked off stride, and it's Walter for Canada. Walter got it to the line and just outside, and it's called on the offside. World Hockey Championships from Gothenburg, Sweden.
When does it pay to put all your eggs in 2 baskets? Every day at Bank of Montreal. It pays when you write checks with a money-saving, no-charge checking account. And it pays when you save with the daily interest savings account that has no withdrawal charges, earns you interest on every dollar, every day. And now, even better, pays you that interest every single month. No-charge checking and daily interest savings at Bank of Montreal, where it pays every day to put all your eggs in 2 baskets.
Do you know which cola is out front and number 1 in Canada? Only one. Coca-Cola. Coke, not Pepsi. Only Coke has the taste Canadians enjoy an average of 7 million times a day, more than all other regular colas combined, including Pepsi. So taste the real thing. Coke, out front, number 1. Vroom.
From the Scandinavian Arena in Gothenburg, Sweden, Canada and Sweden did deadlocked in a 1-1 tie. Sundstrom has scored the goal for Sweden, and Foligno has scored for Team Canada. Now the pass intended for Tambellini failed to click. It's brought back in by Sweden. Stolt, Moline, and Thomas Dean, number 20, the forward line. This is Stolt. He drops it back to the line. Number 3, Hallander keeps it in, and Willie Huber ties up the Swedish player in the corner, number 20, Dean, and they hold it there.
It's been a much better period for Team Canada, more flow of the play. They switch centermen around quite often here. They're actually going with 4 centermen and switching the wingers. And the line combinations have not always been the same here in the second period.
Ready to drop the puck. There's Steen, number 20 for Sweden. Drafted by the Winnipeg Jets as an underage. He's out there with Moline and Stoltz. Tambellini getting set for the draw with Foligno and John Ogrodnik, and the puck cleared up over the boards and out of play.
Mike Foligno has played a very strong first 2 periods. He's very aggressive in the corners. Real good goal in the first period. Certainly comes to play every day, Bernie.
Team Sweden at the last World Hockey Championship, 79 in Moscow. They finished 3rd, while Canada finished 4th in the last World Championship. Here's Hallander getting a shot. That hit a skate in front. Huber into the corner, number 7 for Canada. Willie Huber. Now he goes back after it again. It's slapped over to Roland Stoltz. He tries to get it in front to Lars Moline. Here's Steen. Steen at the side of the net. Gets it in front. A shot, and that hit a player and goes the other way. Sweden keeping it in. Moline trying to get it. Here's a chance now. Moline in front. Another shot bounces to the side of the net, and Phil Muir got a piece of that. As Canada a little sloppy in their own zone. Now it's brought out by Mike Foligno, number 27. Oh, and he's hit solidly by Hallander. Here's a break now for Stoltz. Right in, the rebound, and score!
Well, wouldn't you say it? Mike Foligno has been playing a strong game. Tried to carry the puck across the blue line, got it a perfect check going against him, and his left is number 14 going in with a stroke going in on goal, but Phil Muir made the first save.
Peter Hallander, number 3, scores the goal, and here it is, John. He's the one that made the check, too, on Foligno. There's Stoltz in the rebound, and Peter Hallander right there, and fires it in past Phil Muir. There's the check. Hallander knocking Foligno down. Muir makes a good save, and then Hallander there for the trailing rebound. And it's 2-1 for Sweden. The final 2 minutes of the second period. Now the puck cleared into the Swedish zone. After it there is Tomlinson in behind his own net, looking for someone to pass it to. Now it comes over to this wing. Leonard Norberg up to the Canadian line and over. Checked by Guy Lafleur, and the puck cleared to the line, but not out. Here's a shot. Oslin's drive is knocked down by Barry Long. Norberg tries to get it with Gustafsson, and they slam it against the board. Now Long takes the swipe at Noslin and punches at Gustafsson. And there'll be double penalties there as referee Vladimir Schubayer of Czechoslovakia. Now here it is, John, the replay. And the American linesman, Marty Demers, gets in there to break it up.
They must have something going since North America, Long and Gustafsson. Both retired here for 2 minutes.
So there's Barry Long in the penalty box. The Swedish penalty door is still open, but we have not seen a Swedish player head to the boxes yet. The referee did indicate there would be 2 penalties. They've only put 1 up on the penalty clock here at the arena. Now they're announcing it. Number 18, Gustafsson will get the penalty. Gustafson, number 18, coming in to help his teammate, Matt Noslin, number 15. Long takes a swipe at Gustafson, and he'll head off to the penalty box, but he hasn't done so as yet. There's a conference at the Swedish bench.
Number 11, Patrick Sundström, looks like he's heading for the penalty box and served the penalty for Pendaki Gustafson.
So Gustafson, obviously injured, has gone to the dressing room, so the penalty will be served by Patrick Sundström. Sweden leading by a score of 2-1 on that go-ahead goal by number 3, Peter Hallander. Number 15, who's waved out of the face-off position. And Norberg will take the face-off against Lanny McDonald of Team Canada. Puck rolls to number 3. This is Rob Ramage, Colorado Rockies' first draft pick in '79. Now it's brought up by Rob Ramage, moving in, and it's called on the offside. We're into the final minute of period number 2. And Canada desperately needing a goal to get back into this game.
It's a very important must-win for Canada. They have to come up with one win in this game against Sweden.
With remaining games coming up against the Soviets, Czechoslovakia, and Sweden. Now here comes Ramage. Ramage for Canada, trying to get that pass over, but it's intercepted and brought back by the Swedish player Samuelsson. Cleared it in front, spinning around, and a drive taken by Matt Noslin is knocked down. Here's Ramage up to Lanny McDonald. McDonald bumped by Norberg, but Norberg fell. Puck comes in front. Here's Green twisting around, but the shot goes wide. Samuelsson, number 7 for Sweden. The final 20 seconds of the period. He clears it up on right wing. Away goes Matt Noslin. Up over the line, watched by Rick Green. Noslin then tried to get it back, and it comes right into the Swedish zone. Gartner chases it there. Essling, number 4 for Sweden. 3 seconds. Marouk has it for Canada. In front, Gartner set up just as the siren goes to end the second period of play. And Sweden leading Canada 2-1. More coverage coming up on CTV.
Cutting out, I'm moving out of here. What a week, cutting out for some good times. Me and my fishing gear, gonna spend some time my way. Really glad I'm here.
Canada's great taste in ale. What a beer to share.
Me and the boys in our 50. Me and the boys and our beer.
Cadet cleaners. Oh, yes. Oh, I find them to be super quality.
Cadet? Well, reliable, convenient, friendly people. That's Cadet. Cadet cleaners, frugal. Cadet gives value and gets my clothes immaculate. You might say, in Cadet we trust.
Cadet. Quality cleaning second to nothing.
Isn't it good to know that no matter what happens, you can count on Glad garbage bags to make it to the curb? Glad garbage bags, the strong ones.
Hello, I'm Tom Leon, president of Leon's Furniture, and I promise you that on any Leon's item you've bought that is advertised for less, we'll refund the difference. I also promise you a rain check on any out-of-stock item. I also promise you a call to Leon's hotline will resolve any problem your local store can't solve. And remember, a Leon's promise is a promise you can believe in, right?
score of 2-1. This is Huber. Huber, number 7 for Canada, coming up with Deblois. Backhands it in to the Swedish zone. Samuelsson, number 7, is bumped off the puck. Now it rolls to Mats Naslund. He drops it into his own zone. Naslund trying to get the return pass. Both teams a man short here in the early going of period number 3. We have 21 seconds remaining in the double minor penalty. Now this is Essling coming back for Sweden. Essling, number 4, over the line. Breaking for the net is Norberg, but Huber checked him. Willie Huber ahead to Guy Lafleur. A long shot. That bounces off the skate of Samuelsson. Lafleur goes in behind the net. The puck is taken there by Matt Naslund. Both teams at full strength. This is Samuelsson shooting the puck into the Canadian zone. And very long, number 2 for Canada. Cleared it off a stick, and it goes up over the boards and out of play. And a very important period of hockey, John, for Team Canada.
Well, it certainly is. This is a period that we have to get back in for that medal tournament, medal play of the tournament. And I think Mr. Cherry had a good talk with the boys. I think probably the flow of the penalties really cut down the effectiveness of Team Canada in the second period, but they know their backs are against the wall. They have to come up with a tie or a win in this game, and especially in the third.
Ogrodnik is out there with Dale McCord and Foligno. Babbage on defense with very long. The puck is cleared ahead. Foligno knocked off stride by Anders Eldebrink, and then he dumped Eldebrink. Foligno chasing after the puck. It's cleared into the Canadian zone by Hawkinson, and it's called on the offside at the Team Canada blue line. This is the Scandinavium Arena, the largest indoor sports arena in the Nordic countries. They tell us they have 110 indoor hockey rinks in all of Sweden. This is a very impressive building.
There's all little young players from club jackets from just about all over Sweden here today on this holiday weekend, and it's quite a sight to see all those youngsters.
They're really hockey crazy in Sweden. Banners all over the city. Gothenburg, a city of about 500,000, the second largest city in Sweden. Sweden leading 2-1. Here comes Roland Eriksson out of his own zone. Dipsy doodling over the line, moving in front. Eriksson and Vilmir came out to meet him. Now Foligno brings it back for Canada. Up with Ogrodnik coming into the Team Swedish line. Babbage moving in front, and the puck is dropped back outside the line. There's a break for Eriksson again. Eriksson going in, a shot. That bounced off defenseman very long and went wide. McCourt will try for Canada. Here's Dale McCourt passing up to Mike Foligno. Foligno drops it there for David Babbage. Babbage just shoots it into the Swedish zone. It'll be icing against Team Canada with the face-off coming into the Canadian zone. More on CTV.
Man invented the wheel, and soon a few perfectionists began demanding racier, sportier, performance-oriented wheels for this group of nuts. Uniroyal invented the Raleigh 240 steel radial. Later, man would claim the 240 was rally bred on European mountain roads, but then we didn't even know it was called Europe. The Uniroyal Raleigh 240, from the first man, the last word in high-performance steel radials.
Sam, answer the television.
Zenith announces space phone.
It's probably my wife. Dave, answer the television.
Are you kidding me? This could be my boss. Hubie, you answer the television.
Just push a button and answer the phone right through your new Zenith.
Hello?
Who's this, please?
Hubie Brown?
Congratulations, UB Brown. You've just won a free world cruise.
Space phone only on Zenith System 3. We're moving television into the future.
Guy Lafleur, Foligno, and Ogrodnik, the forward line for Team Canada. Face off in the Swedish zone. It rolled out of the hands of the linesman, Nico Toman of Holland. Now he gets it back. Here's a chance. Ogrodnik's shot, and that went wide as goaltender Peter Lindmark reached out for it. Is Axon, number 10, in his own zone. A pass comes straight up the middle. This is Lars Molin for Sweden. A drive, and Vilmir blocked that. Green into the corner, bumped by Roland Stoltz. Holds the puck there, then it's knocked loose. Huber goes over to help out for Canada. Ogrodnik slaps at it along the boards. He can't get it out. Huber will try again. Big Willie Huber of the Detroit Red Wings, the Red Wings' first draft pick back in 1978. Now here's the chance for Sweden. The pass in front, and Peter Hallander just failed to get a solid shot as it rolled off his stick. Rick Green, number 5 for Canada, to Guy Lafleur. Lafleur circling in his own zone, trying to get by Steen. Had trouble, now he'll try again. Lafleur this time swings away from Steen. Watched by Matt Noslin. The pass knocked down by Steen, coming in a delayed offside, and it's called at the Canadian blue line.
Good forechecking by the Swedish national team. Moved right in on Guy Lafleur, didn't give him any room, and that's how they've been playing him most of this game.
They've really kept the Canadians in check in this game here at the Scandinavium Arena, with Sweden enjoying a 1-goal lead. Steen against Tambellini for this face-off. Lanny McDonald is on right wing. Pat Boutet on left side for Canada. Essling shoots it in. This is Babbage, number 24 for Team Canada. Watched by Norberg. Norberg then falls. Puck is underneath them, and they hold it, and the face-off will come outside the Team Canada blue line.
He clutched that puck and brought it into his chest, and the puck will come up behind the blue line, but even the last sequence of plays there, you'll overlook a lot of the holding, or a lot of the hooking, but they call those ones that the crowd gets on them, that's when they get in trouble.
Now Canada, Barry Long shoots it into the Swedish zone. Going after it there is Tambellini. Babbage tried to keep it in. Here's a break now for Sweden. Bringing it back is Norberg. Drops it to Essling. Oh, he tried to get the pass to Samuelsson, and it just failed to click. Canada's Tambellini comes back. He's stopped, and Steen clears it off the board. Babbage, number 24 for Team Canada. Forced back by Noslin. Now Barry Long, who's played a strong game defensively for Canada, shoots it in. Sweden comes right back. Noslin, a lead pass. In over the line goes Steen, a shot, and Filmer makes the save. As Thomas Steen broke in for Sweden to be robbed by Filmer. Tambellini brings it right back now for Canada. Backhands it in, and Canada changes on the fly, and the puck cleared up over the boards and out of play.
Good save by Filmer and Thomas Steen. He walked right in alone and fired, and Phil stood his ground.
1 goal separating the teams. Here's that play again, John. Drop back, and there's the shot. Well, that's not the Steen play. That's the one earlier. That's the pass intended for Samuelsson that just failed to click. Now Dale McCourt with Deblois and Lukowicz, the forward line for Team Canada. Eriksson getting set, number 12. It's dropped back, Green shot, and that's kicked out by Peter Lindmark. Here's Ramage letting it go. That's blocked. And again, Sweden coming out of their own zone. This time it's Eriksson. Eriksson drops it back. Here's a chance for Sundstrom. He slaps at it at the side and backhands it right through the crease. Eriksson in, and a shot stopped by Filmer. After it goes Hawkinson. Hawkinson lost it. Dale McCourt comes back for Canada to Lucien Deblois. He's checked. Over the line goes Lukowicz. Lukowicz forced back in behind the net. Still after the puck. He drops it back. Green shot hit a skate in front. Here's Ramage moving up for Canada. Ramage into the corner. A shot right on, and that's stopped by Lindmark. Now Sweden dumping it out to center. Lukowicz got away from Eriksson. Pass comes to Rick Green. Green shoots it in. Deblois in quickly after it. Lukowicz went after it. The puck was cleared and hit the Swedish bench and then came back onto the ice. This is the World Hockey Championships from Sweden.
We're at a drive-in during a triple feature to show new Replay gum outlasts the sticks.
Sir, you know, my old stick gum would have fizzled out before the first car chase.
Oh, well, Replay's flavor plays on and on.
Introducing Replay gum, made in a patented new way to lock extra flavor deep into each little cube.
And you, sir?
I like things that last.
From now on, we demand a replay.
For flavor that outlasts the sticks, demand a Replay.
They're not in here.
Honey.
Come on, let's go.
It's over there.
Hey, whoa, what's happened?
We lost all our traveler's checks.
Oh, that's too bad. What kind were they?
American Express.
American Express. Relax.
Let's call him.
Great.
You can call for help anytime from anywhere in North America with American Express traveler's checks. Make sure you ask for them by name.
The midway point of period number 3. Sweden leading by a score of 2-1. There's a shot by Gartner. Lindmark. A quick glove pulls that one in.
Good face-off by Marouk, and Mike Gardner was right on the money, but great save by Peter Lindmark.
Now they'll take the face-off again. Look at the quick reaction. Peter Lindmark loving this drive from Mike Gardner.
Interesting, Peter Lindmark plays in their first division, doesn't play in the relay division.
And he's been the story of this Swedish hockey team at the World Hockey Championship. Played an exceptional game against the Soviets. Sweden lost that one 4-1, but it would have been much higher, except for the great goaltending of young Peter Lindmark. Here it's 2-1 for Sweden. Gartner has the puck, bringing it up over the line, a drive, and Lindmark kicks that out. After it for Canada, Ryan Walter. Walter in the corner with Gartner, tried to get it back to Barry Long. Here's a race for it, brought in by Roland Stoltz. Stoltz a shot, Phil Meir makes the save. And Meir clears it ahead to Dennis Marouk. Marouk slapped it, couldn't get it out. After it for Canada. Babbage ran into the Swedish player. The puck is held right in front of the Canadian bench. And they get a face-off. Number 23 for Sweden. That's Lars Molin. A lot of the Swedish players wear that face protector.
Yes, it's quite a common thing over here, that glass protector they wear on the top from their helmets down. There's been a number of players throughout the tournament. Finnish players also. A couple of the Czechoslovakian players.
Now Naslund shoots the puck in for Sweden. Here out of the net. Slapped it to the corner. Naslund is there to get it for Team Sweden. Pass right in front. And Norberg had his shot blocked as he was set up. Rick Green, number 5, on defense for Canada with Willie Huber. Now Green brings it out. Huber takes the pass on the right side, sidesteps Naslund, then shoots it into the Swedish corner. After it, there goes John Ogrodnik. Foligno slaps it off the board. Foligno to Guy Lafleur. Lafleur is checked, and Sweden comes up with the puck again, but they can't get it out. Lafleur slaps it along the boards. Now we get a whistle as it was knocked down in the corner there, and a face-off coming outside the blue line.
Good shot of the bench. Dennis Rook, Don Cherry.
The always colorful Don Cherry must be very concerned right now with the play of Team Canada, down just 1 goal. They really haven't had a scoring break in this game at all, except very early in the game when Foligno scored in the first period from Ogrodnik. Sweden's been right on top of them since that point, nullifying most of their scoring opportunities. Now Valtin, a long shot. Good save by Phil Meir. Foligno slaps it out to Guy Lafleur. Here's Lafleur coming up for Canada. Over the line. Hauled down. There will be a penalty coming up to Sweden as Guy Lafleur was hauled down in the Swedish zone. And the referee calls a penalty. We'll look at the power play in a moment.
If you take your car out for several trips in a day, you're spending a lot more money on gas than you have to. That's a good reason to do all your errands at one time. The name of the game is saving money. Read about it in the driving economy book from Shell. Shell helps.
Hawkinson in the penalty box for Sweden. This is the Team Canada power play. Puck comes back. McCourt a shot. Lafleur keeps it in for Canada. Rolls it in front. Steen then slaps it outside the blue line. McCourt and Guy Lafleur on the points. Walter, Marouk, and Gartner. The forward line for Canada on this power play. Now Lafleur gets the pass ahead. Here comes Gartner, but he couldn't control it. And Steen has it for Sweden. Steen just drops it over to Lennart Norberg. And Sweden fires it back into their own zone. Samuelsson goes after it. Now here comes Guy Lafleur back in for Canada. Lafleur on right wing, fakes the shot. Gartner calling for a pass. LaFleur takes it to the corner, slaps at it, and Steen shoots it out for Sweden. 1:05 left in the Swedish penalty. Now Dennis Marouk winding up for Canada. Marouk coming in with Gartner. Gartner into the corner, number 11. Shoots it to Dennis Marouk. Back to Gartner. McCourt standing all alone in front. Here's Marouk getting set. Passes it back to McCourt. A shot. And
Great save by Lindmark.
Good save by Lindmark. 45 seconds left in the power play. Here's LaFleur in his own zone. Some solid penalty killing by the Swedish national team. Now Tambellini up over the line to Dale McCourt. McCourt in the corner. He drops it back to the line, and McDonald couldn't handle it there. Lanny McDonald. Now he gives it back. Dale McCourt up over the line. Coming in, and Pat Bouquet couldn't get it. Here's a 2-on-1 break for Sweden. Moving in front is Axel. A shot! And Bill Meir robs number 10 is Axel. 5 seconds left in the power play. Sweden leading 2-1. Now they shoot the puck into the Canadian zone, and they're back at full strength. Babbage for Canada. Here comes Babbage, straight up the middle. Up with Tambellini and McDonald. McDonald takes the pass, a shot, and that's kicked out by Peter Lindmark. McDonald goes after it, but it's brought back by Hawkinson. Hawkinson, a long shot, and Bill Meir misjudged that. Now Babbage goes after the puck, left it there for Tambellini. Steve Tambellini, a native of Trail, British Columbia, gives it to David Babbage, number 24 for Canada, who played junior with Portland in the Western Hockey League. Walter, back to Babbage. Bouchet just slaps it off the boards into the Swedish zone. Matt Baltine, run around by Ryan Walter. Sweden coming out of their own zone now, led by Sundstrom, number 11, who has scored one of the goals for Team Sweden. Huber knocks him against the boards, and they pin it there, and the fans very appreciative of the play of Sweden, leading 2-1.
When you find yourself with muffler trouble, what you don't want to find is more trouble. So visit a friend, someone you know, not some stranger.
Hi, Albert. Sounds like you have a problem.
Superior Muffler offers a full lifetime guarantee on the muffler and all parts and labor for as long as you own your car. Foreign cars too, and you probably don't need an introduction.
Your Superior Muffler Pro. Muffler expert. You already know.
This is Gothenburg, Sweden. Bernie Pascal along with John Ferguson and our entire CTV sports crew. Canada trailing Sweden 2-1. Here's Walter in with Deblois, delayed offside. Puck is brought out by Samuelsson. Got it over the line, running for the net there. Norberg just dancing on his skate, and the pass just failed to get to him. Huber, a solid check on Samuelsson. Now Rick Green ahead to Ryan Walter. Walter back into his own zone. Steen doing some good forechecking. Here's a chance in front, Knopflin, and he couldn't get a shot away. As Canada a little sloppy in their own zone. Final 7 minutes of period number 3. Huber coming out. A pass to number 23, Deblois. He's knocked off stride. Back for Moline, a drive, and that goes wide of the Canadian net. Lukowicz, number 12 for Canada. Horace Lukowicz, native of Spears, Saskatchewan. The puck shot by Foligno. Then Foligno is dumped. There will be another Swedish penalty for interference.
Well, this is certainly a good chance coming up for Canada. Had a new line combination again out there. Don Cherry trying to mix things up and get things going here at the 14-minute mark of the third. But here's an opportunity for us to get back into the game, Canada.
Foligno dumped, and an interference penalty against Sweden. So Canada once again gets a power play opportunity. Number 23, Lars Moline, over to the bench. The penalty is to Peter Hallander, number 3. So Canada, coach Don Cherry sends out Marouk, Mike Foligno, Obradnik, and again on the point, LaFleur and Dale McCourt.
Canada pulling all stops out here with 5 forwards out there in the power play. As Here's a shot of Bent Olsen, the coach of the Swedish national team.
38 years of age. Bengt coached the Swedish champions, 73, 74, and 75. He's done an amazing job with this young Swedish team. Swedish players have come a long way in the National Hockey League since Ulf Sterner played in the mid-60s. Just look at the likes of the Swedish players now. Here's McCourt, a shot. That stopped the rebound. It's loose. And covering up is Lindmark, and then the net is knocked off its moorings as Marouk slid into the net.
Good face-off by Marouk to win that face-off and get it back to Dale McCourt. Dale McCourt's shot was right on goal. But there's an interesting situation. Those goal posts are only in there about a half an inch. They come off quite easily. And now they're saying that Team Canada ruled well, I guess we did. Knocked it off the hinges. So the puck comes outside, and the face-off outside the blue line. But it was interesting the other day when the United States, in the last 2 minutes of the game, when they were playing Holland, a Holland player automatically took it off the net, off the hinges, and it was a penalty shot. The United States won the game 7-6 with 10 seconds to go.
There's our area up here in the CTV and the French TVA network, along with the other countries. This is the television area here at the Scandinavium Center. Television of this game going to 15 countries. Canada on the power play, trailing 2-1. O'Grodnik's shot. Lindmark kicks that out. Valtin goes after it for Sweden. That's Valtin, clears it off the boards, but McCourt keeps it in for Canada. Into the corner, Marouk tried to get to it. He couldn't control it, and Sweden shoots it off the boards into the Canadian zone. 1.5 minutes remaining in the penalty to Team Sweden. Canada trailing 2-1 here in the third period. Away goes Guy Lafleur, number 20. Lafleur for Canada in front, and reaching for the pass was John O'Grodnik. He just failed to get it. Dennis Marouk setting up for Canada. Drops it back to Guy Lafleur. Lafleur, here's a chance for O'Grodnik. O'Grodnik back to Guy Lafleur. Lafleur in front of McCourt, a shot, the rebound, and that's stopped by Lindmark and cleared down the ice.
Dale McCourt moved brilliantly off the point there, and a great save by Lindmark.
Now coming back for Canada, O'Grodnik in with Mike Gartner. Gartner dumps it in front, a bouncing puck, and it's taken by Steen of Sweden. Then he's turned around. Gartner got a piece of it and collided with Steen. Dennis Marouk, he can't catch up to it. Valtin, 30 seconds left in the penalty. This is Ryan Walter, number 19 for Canada. Walter dumps it into Gartner to Dennis Marouk. Marouk gets it in front. Here's a chance. Walter back to Babbitt. His shot deflected. Knocked in by Marouk. He scores.
No goal, they call it.
Referee says no goal. It was knocked in, plugged in by Dennis Marouk.
Well, we'll have to watch this in a replay. The only thing they could call is it went off his glove into the net.
And the Swedish goaltender Lindmark injured on the play. Now note on the replay, Bergie will keep an eye on Dennis Marouk, number 21.
Well, he's in the crease, but to me it looks like a goal. I would count that a goal. There's no doubt about it. Good shot here by Babbage, right on goal. Marouk, he come across the goal mouth. Now he's outside of the crease when he taps it back in.
Referee Vladimir Schubert.
Here we watch it again. Now watch Marouk come through the back of the crease behind Lindmark. Now he doesn't bother with anybody. Well, his feet are in the crease.
Well, he's definitely in the crease, John. There's no question about that, and that's obviously the ruling. He's in the crease. He wasn't pushed there. And the goal is disallowed by Schubert, the Czechoslovakian referee. And Lanny McDonald, the Team Canada captain, still discussing the situation with the ref. 17 seconds remaining in the penalty to Peter Hallander, and he's watching the action from the penalty box. So Sweden still leading 2-1. That goal called back by Dennis Marouk. Ciambolini, number 14, he gets it back to Rob Ramage. Ramage over to David Babbitt. He shoots it into the Swedish zone. Final minutes of period number 3. Babbitt keeps it in. Here's Walter behind the net. Gives it to Mike Gardner, back to Walter. Walter, Sweden's back at full strength. Here's Walter in behind the net, taken out of the play. Rob Ramage getting set. His shot, that's stopped by Peter Lindmark. Loose puck in front. Lindmark smothers it and holds on. Some great goaltending, and our coverage on CTV continues.
I just love walking with you, Coug.
Yeah? And my new Cougar Hot Shots, with their cushioned soles, hey, I could walk for miles.
For miles?
Yeah.
Maybe we could sit.
Oh, great. Oh, hey, I love to sit on my new Cougar Hot Shots, too. Ooh. They're comfy and casual and so sporty looking.
Hot stuff, these new Cougar Hot Shots, in leather, suedes, and canvas, in sizes to fit everyone, at Cougar dealers everywhere.
Oh, Coug, at last you've fallen for me, you hot shot, you.
Oh.
Pepsi has told you that large numbers of Coke drinkers have switched. Yet Coke has doubled its national gallon sales gap over Pepsi since the May 1980 Pepsi poll based on the latest national survey of food store sales. According to the survey figures, Pepsi is not catching Coca-Cola in national food store sales since May 1980. Don't be misled by any other impression. The next time you see scenes such as these, remember Coke has pulled even farther ahead.
Here's Tambellini for Canada. Tambellini trying to get it in front, and it's knocked away by Leonard Norberg. Norberg for Sweden. Gets the pass to Stu Essling. Is Axton moving in front? Here's a chance. The shot, they score! Norberg scores for Sweden. Well, that was certainly a big goal for Sweden. Norberg moved right in, made the deke around Phil Muir, got the pushing behind him. Norberg on the backhand shot, set up perfectly by Isaacson. Gets by Dale McCourt. Here goes down and he tucks it right underneath him. Leonard Norberg. From number 10 is Axton. And that's a downer for the Team Canada players. I think the expressions on their face tell the entire story. With Sweden now moving in front, 3-1. Time of the goal, 17:33. And coach Bengt Olsen behind the Swedish bench. This is Steen, number 20 for Sweden, firing it in. Lukowicz, number 12 for Canada. Now Canada trailing by 2. Pass comes ahead, shot in. Deblois, number 23, fires it off the board. After it there, Matt Knopfler. He gets it ahead to Sundstrom. In with Steen. Steen, number 20 to Sundstrom. Sundstrom with Essling in front. Gets a shot, but not a solid drive, and that stopped. After it, Knopfler is knocked against the board by Willie Huber. Now Dale McCourt gets it out. Stopped there by Sundstrom. Sundstrom has scored one of the goals for Sweden. He's number 11, a good move there. Now he's bumped by Dale McCourt, still has it, and shoots it in. A bouncing puck grabbed by Phil Muir. A minute and a half left in the game. This is Green for Canada. Around the boards to Mike Foligno. And it's bounced away from him up over the boards into the spectators. Well, the pressure's on now, John. Team Canada down by 2.
Well, it certainly is with a minute and a half to go. The pressure they were trying to put on there and got caught forward coming through the middle. It was unfortunate that power play. It was disallowed goal. That hurt them. It would have been 2-2.
Reminder at the conclusion of today's telecast, we'll be selecting the replay gum, 2 stars of this game. And there have been many outstanding players in this contest. Dennis Maroot against Roland Erickson. Here's Babbage going after the puck, and he's seen a lot of action here in period number 3. Maltine slapped it in. Now it comes to Babbage. Babbage for Canada. Straight up the middle with Guy Lafleur. It's shot into the corner. Lafleur goes in after it. Babbage runs into the Swedish player. Hawkinson knocked him against the boards. Lafleur trying to get the puck loose. It's cleared around. Maltine lost it to John Obradnik. Obradnik, number 15, drops it back. LaFleur trying to pass it. He's held along the boards by ball team. Now Maruk right in front of the net. Here's a chance for Ogrodnik. A backhand shot. And covering up, as he's done most of the game, Peter Lindmark.
Well, Peter Lindmark has just been super.
44 seconds left to play. Both teams getting into position for this face-off, and here's that close action. Maruk getting a backhand shot.
Maruk had a chance at it. Ogrodnik had a chance at it. But these Swedish players, they clear you out of that front of that net also. They really play a lot like the North Americans now. There's no doubt about it. They've adapted a lot from our game, and no question that hit on Foligno at the blue line that set up their second goal was something they had to pick up from North American hockey, because they did it right. The player carries the puck over the blue line. Should get it over, get that puck over, not carry it over his own blue line.
The Canadian net is empty. Phil Muir is on the bench for the extra attacker. Ramage, LaFleur, Dennis Maruk, Babbage, Lanny McDonald, and Mike Foligno. Out there, Foligno has scored the lone goal for Team Canada from Ogrodnik in the first period. Maruk getting set now for this faceoff. Here's Maruk slapping it over to Babbage. LaFleur getting set, a shot, loose puck in front, and Babbage just failed to pick that up. Now LaFleur goes after it. Here's Ramage keeping it in at the line. Ramage, a shot, knocked down. 30 seconds left in the game. In behind the net, LaFleur trying to move it in front. It's taken there by Peter Hallander. Hallander is knocked off stride. Ogrodnik goes after it, and they pin it against the board, and we get a face-off. There's Muir looking on at the bench, and he's played extremely well in this game for Canada. Now Sweden decides to change. A lot of power out there, production-wise, for Team Canada, John, when you look at the McDonalds, the LaFleurs, Ogrodnik.
No, it certainly is. We got a little size up front, Team Canada. They're going to have to win this face-off, and everybody is going to head for that net and leave one shooter back.
On that right side, number 27, of course, is Foligno. Getting set for the face-off. It'll be taken by Dennis Maruk. 1941.
Maruk against Thomas Steen, and Ramage is back for Team Canada.
Now Ramage goes after the puck. Essling cleared it out. Remember, the Canadian net is empty. Now it's knocked down at center. Maruk slaps away at it. Ramage, 5 seconds, and it's called on the offside at the Canadian line. Exactly 5 seconds left in the game.
Now the blue line outside, the face-off outside the blue line, and Mats Nassen has played just a strong game for Sweden today. He's just been made a lot of excellent plays. He's been on the ice a lot. Also, young Thomas Steen for Sweden. Stu Osling, a veteran of World Championship plays, has played very strong, as well as Peter Wallin, a right-handed shooting defenseman.
So with that face-off at the Canadian blue line, Muir comes back into the net. 5 seconds left. Steen against Dennis Maruk. It comes over to Foligno. Can't get a shot as he stops. And there's the siren, and the game is over. And the crowd very excited as Sweden beats Canada 3-1. We'll be back in a moment.
When you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. Let blue smile along with you. But that's blue.
Just when you thought Seiko had done it all, Seiko creates new wonders. Dual display alarm chronographs with day and date. Water-resistant alarm chronographs with single button control for each function. Solar alarm chronographs with batteries recharged by the sun. And Seiko's first alarm countdown timer for women. Will Seiko wonders never cease? Seiko. Someday, all watches will be made this way.
Hey, kid. First day on the job and green as grass. Have to tell them about job-rated boots, puncture plate sole, steel toe cap, one-piece bellows tongue. Gotta fit right and feel good. These Greb job-rated are the best boots for the buck I ever bought. Look at that. He's already got a pair. Okay, let's put those new boots to work.
Great boots for your buck. Greb, job-rated.
Hello, I'm Tom Leon, president of Leon's Furniture, and I promise our customers a better deal during 1981. We've installed the Leon hotline. We hope you never have to call, but if you have a problem your local store can't solve, call the hotline. Our service will surprise you, and the Leon's promise is a promise you can believe in. Right?
Two stars of today's game as selected by our telecast crew for lightsabers, makers of replay gum, and suppliers to Team Canada, the stars of the game, Phil Muir and Peter Lindmark, the two goalies. Our next telecast will be April 25th, Canada and Czechoslovakia. So on behalf of John Ferguson and our entire CTV sports crew, this is Bernie Pascal saying good evening. So long from Gothenburg, Sweden. Remind us to join us Saturday. Canada plays Czechoslovakia.
From the Scandinavium, in Gothenburg, Sweden, the 1981 World Hockey Championships, featuring teams from the Soviet Union, Czechoslovakia, Sweden, Finland, the United States, and Team Canada. Brought to you by Labatt's. We're proud to bring the best to you. The bid for the World Cup of Hockey. This is the CTV Television Network.